Karen's manicured nails tapped furiously on her phone, oblivious to the ticking bomb she'd just ignited. By noon, her viral post about a dangerous vet hoarding weapons had the town of Willow Creek in a frenzy. It all started with a rusty ammo box she'd spotted in Old Man Tucker's yard, half buried under a pile of scrap metal. To Karen, it was a threat, a symbol of everything wrong with this quiet, nowhere town she'd moved to for peace. To Tucker, a grizzled Vietnam vet with scars deeper than anyone could see, it was something else entirely: a relic, a memory, and, unbeknownst to both, a piece of active evidence in a federal investigation. Karen had always been the kind of person who saw herself as the town's unofficial watchdog. She'd relocated from the city 2 years ago, armed with a superiority complex and a knack for stirring trouble. Her neighborhood watch group, self-dubbed Willow Guardians, was less about safety and more about her need to control. Tucker, on the other hand, was a loner, a man who kept his demons quiet and his lawn unkempt. The ammo box, a battered green tin he'd kept since '72, sat in his yard like a forgotten sentinel. Karen saw it during one of her patrols and decided it was her duty to act. She didn't ask questions, didn't knock on Tucker's door. She just took it, convinced she was saving the town from a madman. By the time Tucker noticed the box was gone, Karen had already posted photos online, tagging the local sheriff and demanding action. The comments exploded. "He's dangerous. Check his house." Typical Karen nonsense, one user sniped, but the mob was forming. Tucker, who rarely left his porch, saw the post when a neighbor texted him. His heart sank, not just for the box, but for what it held. A collection of letters, dog tags, and a single, incriminating bullet casing tied to a decades-old case the feds were still sniffing around. He'd kept it hidden, not out of guilt, but shame for a war he barely survived. The confrontation came fast. Tucker stormed to the town square where Karen was holding court with her followers, the ammo box propped on a picnic table like a trophy. "Give it back," he growled, his voice low but shaking with rage. Karen, unfazed, crossed her arms. "This is for everyone's safety, Mr. Tucker. You shouldn't have things like this lying around." The crowd murmured, some nodding, others shifting uncomfortably. Tucker's eyes burned. "You don't know what safety means, lady. That box ain't yours to take." The air grew thick. Karen's smugness faltered as Tucker stepped closer, his weathered hands clenched. "You think you're some hero? You're a thief," he spat. The crowd parted, sensing the storm brewing. Karen doubled down, her voice rising to a shrill pitch. "I'm protecting this town. You're the one hiding things." She waved her phone, showing the post with thousands of likes. Tucker's jaw tightened. He knew what was at stake: not just his pride, but his freedom. The casing in that box was linked to a cold case, a friendly fire incident he'd witnessed in Nam. The feds had reopened it last month, and that box was their next lead. Word of the standoff spread like wildfire. By dusk, the sheriff arrived, lights flashing, with 2 federal agents in tow. Karen's face paled as the agents zeroed in on the box. "Ma'am, step away from that," one said, his tone clipped. She hesitated, still clutching her phone, as if it could shield her. The sheriff, a tired man named Rawls, sighed. "Karen, you've got no idea what you've done." The crowd gasped as the agents opened the box, revealing not weapons, but a soldier's memories. Faded letters, a rusted dog tag, and that single, damning casing. The truth unraveled fast. The casing was evidence in a case against a long-dead officer, but Tucker had kept it, unable to let go of the guilt for not speaking up sooner. The feds had been watching him, suspecting he knew more. Karen's stunt had blown their investigation wide open. "You tampered with evidence," An agent snapped at her. Karen stammered. "Tu didn't know. I was trying to help." But the crowd's sympathy had shifted. They saw Tucker now not as a threat, but a man betrayed by a nosy outsider. Karen's world crumbled. Her Guardians group disbanded as the town turned on her. Posts calling her a hero morphed into memes mocking her ignorance. Tucker, meanwhile, faced his own reckoning. The feds took the box, and though they didn't arrest him, they made it clear he'd be questioned. He sat on his porch that night, staring at the empty spot where the box had been, feeling the weight of a war he'd never truly left. Karen, for once, was silent, her phone dark, her confidence shattered. The town of Willow Creek was never the same. Whispers followed Karen wherever she went, her name now a synonym for meddling. Tucker kept to himself, but neighbors started dropping by with small gestures of pie, a nod, a quiet, sorry. The ammo box, once a private burden, became a public lesson in judgment, trust, and the cost of assumptions. In the end, Karen's crusade for control cost her everything: her reputation, her allies, her peace. Tucker lost his last tether to a painful past, but gained a town's respect. The feds got their evidence, but justice felt hollow. The box, now locked in an evidence room, held more than a case. It held the weight of lives undone by a single, reckless act. What do you think? Who was more wrong, Karen for her interference, or Tucker for his silence? How does a community heal when trust is broken like this?